American Booger Pickers. The pickers find some gooey mucus treasures buried deep in the nostril. All this and more tonight on American Booger Pickers.
Pterodactyl here, and welcome to another edition of American Booger Pickers. And today, we're here at Doc Neon's.
We're going to be digging deep in the nostril today.
Oh yeah, he said he's got a real snotty nose, and he's ready to snotball some deals for us, so we'll see what he's got inside.
Oh yeah, there's going to be snots running down his nose like Jethro Tull, greasy fingers smearing shabby clothes.
That sounds disgusting, Pa.
All right, let's see if he's in here. Hey, Doc, you in there?
Who is it?
Who is it? You know who it is. Open the door, old man.
Invites us out here, then he doesn't even know who's here. Real nice.
Oh, hey, Doc.
Oh, what's going on?
Ah, it's you guys. Come right this way.
Wow.
You're going to see some things you've probably never seen before.
Yeah, look at all this stuff.
Yeah, you got the boogers.
I thought there was going to be like lawnmowers and outdoor power equipment. Don't you have any of that stuff?
Ah. How about this spark plug cleaner?
Spark plug cleaner? What do I want that for? I'll just put a new spark plug in. I don't need that.
Are you sure?
That thing's pretty cool.
Yeah, it might work pretty good, Pa.
No thanks.
I don't see any other lawnmower-related stuff, so you might want to go with that.
Yeah, looks like you're out of luck, buddy. Oh, I see a couple of 8-track machines.
Yeah, why don't you take a look
check
at my
those out.
8-track collection?
All right.
Yeah, I remember those 8-tracks back in the day. I can remember my 8-track player in my car eating those tapes and me pulling the tape out and throwing it out the window. Back in the early 80s, late 70s, the highways were littered with 8-track tapes.
Oh, my.
Well, maybe those are some of your old ones in there.
What do you want for these old 8-tracks, Doc?
Well, I don't know. What do you give me?
I don't know, $10 for the whole thing?
Oh, I'd have to have more than that. How about 30?
How about 20?
Okay, you got it.
Deal. Ha ha ha, I just scored a bunch of 8-tracks. Hey, check it out. Beatles, White Album. Right? I think that's what it is. Or maybe it just doesn't have a label on it. Either way, $20.
Again, this isn't stuff I want.
Well, then you can just go wait in the truck, all right? Me and Junior are real busy right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in here.
These boogers are staying in my nose, and I'm not picking any of these boogers.
Oh, we just walked in. You don't even know what's in here.
Oh, no. You got to take a look on back and over here before you say any more.
Well, obviously this guy's not buying anything, so I'm going to jump back there and see what we got. Get this flashlight going. Oh, wow. Look at all this stuff back here. Oh, got some speakers over here. That's pretty cool. Some more old audio stuff. Plenty of boxes. Whoa. Well, I hope I don't get trapped back here. That wouldn't be good. And those guys will be leaving without me.
We're just beginning to get snotty. Stay tuned after the fix. The best is yet to come on American Booger Pickers.
Pterodactyl here. Today's video is going to be on this here Scrub Cadet LTX 1045. Now this was a what you call a Facebook Marketplace purchase. And there's a little story behind it.
There's always a story. Don't you love story time? Gather round, grass rats. It's story time.
So this customer's got this tractor, and it started running bad. There was an issue with it, and they had a friend or a buddy, probably a buddy, because the customer said, "We're just going to take that mower into the repair shop and get it fixed." And the buddy said,
Don't take it to a repair shop. I can fix it for a lot cheaper than taking it to a repair shop.
and look where it is. It's in the repair shop. Because the buddy don't know diddly.
Diddly, 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 diddly.
All he did was make things worse. And then you know what they do when they make things worse.
I don't know. I don't know much about these small engines. I know about cars.
No, they don't know about cars. They don't know about small engines. They're called a fecal talker. They're just talking crap, filling themselves up. They don't know squat. So listen to what this thing is doing. Thing is running like the choke is on. So let's check that and see. Is the choke on? Is that the problem? Let me get down here and look. No, the choke is off and the choke is free. It's not sticking. So they did say that the buddy or the friend had the carburetor apart. And it's got the Nicky 6 on there. The Nicky 6 carburetor. Nicky 6 in the scrap barrel. Jump, jump, jump. And look at this air filter. So let's run it now without the air filter. Maybe the air filter's plugged. Because it's running like the choke is on. But the choke isn't on. Idle. Then it kind of runs smooth. Now another thing I noticed over here is they've got the kill wire disconnected to the coil. It's not even hooked up. They've got this all bent out of the way. And they got the coil wire disconnected. So, it sounds to me like it's something with the carburetor. So let's take the old Nicky 6 off and take a look inside and see what's going on. So I'm going to unplug this anti-backfire valve. I'll pinch off the fuel line, take the fuel line off. We'll take these off. I might have to pull the blower shroud off so it'll be easier for the grass rats to see. Well, I'm sure you grass rats noticed that it's got a brakes and scrap 'em Craftsman engine on it. So this thing had probably been repowered. Somebody did an engine swap. It probably originally had that Crawler Courage on there, single cylinder Courage, and I'm sure it had the main problems that they all do where the blocks crack. So somebody had repowered it and then probably sold it on Facebook Marketplace. These people had bought it and had it and was using it for years. Oh yeah, before this happened. So this isn't something that just been repowered and then because of the repowering this issue had it. No, they bought it, they've been using it for years, and then now they just recently had an issue. But you know what would look good on here? That Craftsman sticker, which we sell in our online store. Maybe you want to put that on there. And then you know what else would look good on this tractor? Scrub Cadet, because that's what it is. This is a Scrub Cadet, which we also sell in our store. You need to get yourself a Scrub Cadet sticker. I almost forgot. We also got the brakes and scrap 'em. You need to get one of them if you got a brakes and scrap 'em. So say the choke's not stuck. So let's take a peek inside the Nicky 6 to see what's going on. Let's see if it's a carburetor problem or if it might be another problem. So I'll take it over on the bench and we'll take a peek inside. Alright, I got the fuel drained out of it. Okay. Just what I thought. Oh. Just what I thought. This happens sometimes. I see this. You notice anything, grass rats? You see anything wrong? Start screaming at the screen you're watching it on. I've seen this a couple of times. The main jet's missing. It's gone. Completely gone. There's a main jet that goes in here. That goes in the center of it. And because this is plastic and that main jet is brass and it's got a little O-ring on it, it loses tension and it falls out. So a lot of times when they go to take this apart, they pull it off and that thing falls out and they don't notice it. Or they'll put it in wrong. I had one guy that didn't know that it went in from the inside and he tried to stick it in here on the outside and it was kind of running the same way. So that's what I thought. That's what I thought it was. But this Nicky carburetor, this Nicky 6 carburetor is a real piece of crap. I don't like them with all this plastic float and needle, and these are always kind of sacked out, this float level. Sometimes they leak. So we're going to put a new carburetor on it. Now, I've been having some luck with these ones I found on Fleabay. Now, I know I say in other videos that, you don't like all that Scamazon and Fleabay crap, those cheap parts. Well, again, I also say in the videos it's hit or miss. You're rolling the dice. So, I ordered these now, and we're going to show you the vendor that I buy them from. Now, I've also had luck with some of that HIPAA, those HIPAA parts. I don't know if some of you grass rats are familiar with that, but I've had luck with those HIPAA brand parts. They seem to be better quality. But this is what we got. So, this piece of fuel line, I usually just throw this right in the garbage. I mean, it looks good for now, but it'll within a year this will all be dry rotted and cracking and falling apart. Now this is fuel line. You don't want that to happen. You don't want this to start cracking and leaking. And if you're keeping it in your garage that's hooked to your house or somewhere, you know, that could be a hazard. So I usually throw that away. I'll keep the clamps, and it comes with a gasket. Now I know some of these other kits they sell like this, it'll come with a fuel filter and all kinds of other, a spark plug. I usually throw that spark plug right in the garbage. So we'll show you the link to it. Now this is a little bit higher horsepower. This is a 21 horse engine that breaks and scrap them. It says 21 on there. So sometimes I've had to, it'll surge when I get done fixing it. And sometimes I've had to take this low-speed jet out and open it up a little bit. But we'll get to that if that happens, if that's the case. But most of the time I just put these on and I've had good luck and they've worked and been okay. So let's go ahead and put it on and see what happens. So let's hook our link in first for our choke. And then we'll hook this in for our throttle. If I can get it on there. You really gotta. There we go. And then this little spring here helps take up any slack that could be in the rod. Because sometimes that surging that you'll have could be as simple as this spring broke. This little spring they put on there. I've had that where they bring them in and it's surging. This thing is surging. And I see that little spring is broke. I bend a new end on it, hook it back up, and the surging goes away. So there's a lot of little factors to surging other than jetting. Sometimes it could be there's slop in the governor. There's wear in the governor. And sometimes, not often, it's kind of rare, but sometimes you just have to set the governor. Governor. Set the governor, governor. Hey, governor. You need to be set. Governor. Governor. You know what? We don't need that little bend on there now. And we got more than enough fuel line. So let me cut that off of there. Or, you know what? Sometimes I need this little bent hose. Let me just put a new piece of fuel line on there, and I'll save that piece as I drop tools. All right, let's change this nasty fuel filter too while we're at it. Because that looks like it hasn't been changed. And look at this, there's already a bunch of crap in here. Look at that. So let me kind of flush that out. I see something laying in the fuel tank. I tell you, I see a lot of stuff in fuel tanks all the time. I know we posted a picture of one with like a bunch of pine needles or something, or Arbor Vitae needles in there. And I showed the woman that owned it, because she came here to check on her mower. And I said, look at all this stuff in the tank. And she's like, I don't know how that got in there. Oh, I almost had it. This is like one of those carnival games. You can have this at a tractor show.
Try to extract a piece of crap out of the gas tank of a Scrub Cadet. If you get it on the first try, you win a prize.
So she's like, I don't know how that got in there. So I go, do you have grandkids? And she's like, yeah. I go, they play around by the mower and stuff? And she's like, yeah. I go, well, the grandkids probably picked up a handful of needles and threw them in the gas tank. They don't know. They're little kids. They're playing. Like little Johnny. That's how we came up with the little Johnny character. Oh, hey, Gary. Little Johnny. What can I help you two with today?
It's my snowblower here. Doesn't want to start.
I tried working on it too, but I couldn't get it started either, Taryl.
That's right. You're a little junior grass rat.
He sure is, Taryl. He likes to work on Grandpa's lawn equipment.
This thing ain't getting any gas. Something in there. Let me get something to fish that out. Little Johnny, a Ferrari. Whoa, he's got expensive taste. There's something else in there. Oh, what's this now? Another car. Oh, come on. What do we got here now? Oh, it's Stink from Land of the Lost. Hey, little fella. What are you doing in there, Stink? Look at him go. Go, Stink, go. Because we see all this stuff that happens, and we find out it's little kids that are doing it. All right, I got it. I don't know what that's from. It was stabbed onto something on each end, but this has nothing to do with this tractor, because this fuel comes out of the bottom of the tank. It's not a top draw. All right, I got to get a jar now. So I can flush out, run out some of this The rest of the tank looks clean in there. I don't see any bugs or nothing. Oh yeah, there's a few little, looks like pieces of grass, some other crap. So the fuel filter was doing its job. All right, put the new fuel filter on. Will this fit this fuel line? No. So depending on what fuel filter you're using, it's usually marked which way the flow goes. So I just kind of highlighted that with a Sharpie so you could see it better. So make sure that goes the right way. And I got some fuel line clamps. Them ones that came with the kit, they're too big because that other fuel line's a little big. You really don't need them. But I know some of you grads, you didn't put a fuel line clamp on there. You didn't put a fuel line clamp. All this bad stuff's going to happen. I could put that hose on there right now. And look, it's taking everything I got. And I still can't pull it off. So, but I'll just put it on there to please you, grass rats, because you'll start freaking out and heads will start exploding.
He's a hack! He's a hack! He didn't put a fuel line clamp on there! Bad things are gonna happen! Oh, worlds will collide! Cats and dogs living together. I think cats and dogs are already living together. Squirrels and chipmunks will be living together.
Okay, now I got to hook up the wire. It plugs right in. Same connection. Put the cap back on. I'll put a new air filter in it too, since it's in here. I want to get all this off of here before I start it. Okay. All right. Well, their friend lost the main jet. And like I've said before, just because you own tools doesn't mean you're a mechanic. I know a lot of people want to act like they're mechanics. Trust me, I see them all the time. They're in here every day. I work on mowers out in my garage. I'm fixing for friends and everybody, relatives. I can't fix this mower, give me the flux. That's what I'm here for. So just so you know, this is the idle screw. That's the screw I adjusted. I turned it out to lower the idle. This is a non-adjustable carburetor other than that screw there. There's no low speed adjustment, there's no high speed adjustment. This is your only adjustment is the idle adjustment. This is a low speed jet. That's a fixed jet. And then inside the carburetor is the high speed jet, which is also fixed. But like I said, sometimes they'll surge when we get done. And I've usually had to take that jet out and maybe open it up one size. But as you can see, this one runs good. I'm happy with these carburetors I'm getting from Fleabay. They're a good price. And they seem to be good. They seem to hold up well. Haven't had any of them come back. And they're a fraction of the cost of what Brakes and Scrap 'em wants for them. So let me hook up this vent tube here. And we'll get this back on. I'll get that heat shield back into place. I got the kill wire hooked up. See, now that was another stupid thing, to disconnect that kill wire. So what they're doing is they're disconnecting the kill wire, probably to bypass all the safeties. And the mower will shut off because this will shut the fuel off, this anti-backfire valve. That'll shut the fuel off to the mower. So that's a way that you could kill the mower, by just turning the key off. That de-energizes that little solenoid, shuts the fuel off, and it'll die. But if you unplug this kill wire, now you've just defeated all the safeties. So if you get off the seat or you fall off the tractor and the blades are on, you know, you could get all chopped up. And again, that's on you. But I'm hooking it back up. If you want to do that, disconnect stuff and take a gamble. I'm a gambling man, Taryl. I live on the edge. So I'll put the cover back on, we'll put an air filter back on it, and we'll see how it runs, if any of that changes, because, you know, I was running it with this off and no air cleaner on it, so that kind of restricts the air, and sometimes it'll make it run a little different. So we'll get it all back together, put a new air filter in it, and then we'll give it a listen, and then we'll round out this video. Well, I got it all back together. And another thing, he had all these shroud bolts in the wrong spots. He had the ones that went back here up front. They got a little bit longer shoulder on them, and the ones in the front he had in the back. But we got it all straightened out. She's purring like a kitten again. Well, his buddy or his friend, he tried to help him. He was trying to help him. It was a good gesture, trying to save him some money, but it ended up in the shop anyway. I know I shouldn't be making fun of him, but hey, I'm just making fun of him. People make fun of me on inner screen all the time. I'm just giving it back. It's coming full circle. All right, well, there you have it. I hope this helps you to figure stuff out whenever you're having any issues. It won't cost him that much. He can get his tractor back, cut his grass. Runs pretty good. I'm sure it's, you know, that Brakes and Scrap 'em engine, even though those have a lot of issues, you know, with the compression release on the cams, blown head gaskets, and carburetor problems. We have a video where I go over a bunch of engines on mowers and what I think about them from what I see. You can check that video out. So we'll get this back to this customer. He'll be happy as Laddie, even though his name ain't Larry. Follow me with your lawnmowers that your buddy tried to fix. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Check out our web store. We got all kinds of stuff like those stickers. You might want to get them stickers for your tractor. This hat, the spark plug necklace, this dinosaur juice shirt.
Dinosaurs didn't make oil. They didn't make it, Taryl.
Okay, well, tell Sinclair that because they use a dinosaur on their emblem. It's just from that time. It's from that time. That's how oil and gas was made. It's from the time the dinosaurs were roaming the earth. That's why we call it dinosaur juice. Take it easy. Don't start splitting hairs. And as always, there's your dinner. Woo! Scrub Cadet lives again! That was an easy fix. I wish they were all that easy.
We now return to American Booger Pickers.
Well, I hope I don't get trapped back here. That wouldn't be good. Then those guys will be leaving without me. Well, it looks like he's got plenty of speakers. I don't know what I would need those for. Whoa, look at that crazy contraption thing with the dome on it. Looks like some old-timey stuff from back in my day. Oh, sweet. Old record player over there. Check that thing out. That's pretty cool. Some more old audio equipment type stuff.
Guess what? How would you like to record your own 8 tracks?
What?
Over here.
What are you talking about, Doc?
The 3 bottom ones are recorders.
Oh, wow.
I got a Wallensack, and we got another Wallensack, and we've got the one in the middle is a realistic. How about that?
Nice. What do you got to get for them, Doc?
Well, I'll take 50 apiece.
50, huh? How about 30?
How about 35?
How about 30?
How about 100 for all 3?
Okay, how about 90 for all 3?
Okay, you got it.
All right, awesome. Deal.
Put her there.
Did you wash that hand?
No, I just blew a big booger on it.
Ah, I'm not touching that. It's a deal. I'll take them.
Again, this isn't stuff I want.
Well, how about me selling you a 12-channel Yamaha studio mixer?
And what would I want a 12-channel audio mixer for? What am I mixing? Will it mix drinks?
Well, I don't think so, but you could use that for your doing your band.
I don't have a band. I don't want that. I told you, outdoor power equipment stuff. Don't you have any stuff like that? Lawnmowers, weed eaters, chainsaws?
My kidneys are working. Watch this. How about a Craftsman power head? You can put it on a weed eater or a bushwhack or whatever you call it.
Oh, you know what?
Bushwhacker.
You know, yeah, you're right. You know what? I've got just the place for this.
Where's that at?
Right here.
Oh no! Slippers, come here. I think I have something you might really want.
Oh, sweet. Let's see what you got back here, Doc. Oh, wow, look at all this stuff. Whoa, what do we got here? Some crazy looking stuff.
Slippers, looky here. These are what they call transcription discs. They used them years ago in radio stations. They had like music or programs or commercials. What do you think of that? Would you like to have these? I'll make you a great deal.
Oh, yeah, I remember those big old 16-inch records. But, I don't really have a use for those. Oh, what's that? That's what I want.
What's that? What you got your eye on?
Oh, wow. Now that's a beauty. All right, what do you want for it?
Sorry, Slippers. The customer ordered that, and I just can't sell it, but it's been 3 months and I haven't heard from him.
Oh, well, can you give him a call and see if he still wants it?
Sure, I'll just do it right now.
Oh, awesome.
Sarah, get me Torrance 2 3957. Thank you. It's ringing.
Oh, fingers crossed. Come on.
It's ringing again. It's ringing again. You know, that person is hard to get a hold of anyway. I'll just sell it to you.
Oh, yes, yes.
How about $100?
Oh, Oh, $100? Well, I kind of left my wallet in the truck, so I don't know if and it was a long ride, 6 hours. I didn't want to sit on it. But, what? I was thinking maybe something else, maybe a different price.
You know something, Slippers? You wanted that sign a while back, and I'll just give it to you. For $200.
Yeah. All right. I'll do it for 200 because I really want it. Producers, pony up some cash. I just picked the ultimate booger. All right, Doc, put her there.
Put her there.
You got a deal.
And I'll even throw in a box of tissues.
All right. I'm gonna need them. Just made an awesome deal.
Taryl, how would you like to have a Coca-Cola sign? Carla might love that for her kitchen.
I don't know. It kind of looks a little messed up. What do you got to get for it?
How about $100?
I don't know. I'm looking for budget neons. I don't think I want to pick that booger.
Well, I got budget neons outside.
Well, those are the kind of boogers I'm looking for. All dried up and hard as a rock.
Just follow me. Here you go. And the leaves are no extra charge.
You gotta be kidding me.
You wanted budget neon. There you go.
I don't want that crap. Hey. What's in them sheds out there?
Nothing but lawn equipment.
Now that's the kind of boogers I'm looking for.
Well,
Open up that shed. I want to see them boogers.
well, you start picking because we're going to go look. Well, here you go. Help yourself.
Wow! This is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of boogers I'm looking for. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, open the door. What are you doing out there? Quit messing around. Open the door. Open it.
Yeah. Well, I guess that concludes another great episode of American Booger Pickers. I got some great boogers picked today. How about you, Slippers?
Oh yeah, I got some awesome stuff. That Hodaka sign is pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool. And then Pa, how about...
Where's he at?
where's Pa?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I'm sure he'll turn up.
Yeah, he's probably doing something somewhere. Well, like we always like to say at the end of every episode,
There's your dinner!
Hodaka sign, yeah.
Was that any good?
Terrible.
Come on, open the door. It's dark in here.